Hey guys, this is episode 23 of the Daily BE. I am Ryan Wagner, your host on the Daily Bespoke Edge. And today I want to talk about white dress shirts and why they don't need to be boring, because a lot of times when we get a white dress shirt, which we all have a need for it at some point, we end up getting something that's just very, very basic. There's no texture to it, no depth. It's just very boring. And there's a lot of things you can do that are kind of subtle that can really take a white dress shirt from very status quo and boring in my mind to something a little bit more interesting. At the same time, respecting maybe a conservative work environment or a black tie event when you don't want to go too crazy. Nevertheless, there are ways to spice up even a simple white dress shirt. So, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing them right now, it's because they are all on my table. And I'm going to show you some of my own shirts and some of the things that I did to kind of make them a little bit more interesting. So let's take a look. All right, so here are 3 shirts, and starting from on the left here, this is probably my most basic white shirt. And there's not much going on with the buttons, it's just a very ordinary white dress shirt. However, looking a little closer, and we'll see if we can give you a better view here, there is a little bit of a diamond pattern to it. It's got a little bit of texture. And that's one of those subtleties that from a distance may not be so apparent, but when you get close, and specifically when you're having a conversation with someone, say across from a table for coffee or something, or the boardroom, you're going to see that texture and pick up on it. And it's going to be just a little bit that makes this shirt different from something that's just flat white, more like this table, for instance, where there's nothing happening with it, right? So this is kind of a very, I'd say entry-level point for having a little bit more fun with white dress shirts. So moving on, this one is pretty complicated. It's a little bit flashy. It's my flashy one of the bunch. And you can see it's a very refined, very nice looking dress shirt. And it's got a little bit of a grid pattern here with these different squares. And it's got really a lot of geometric shape to it, obviously. However, if you can feel this, it's still smooth, it's still flush. This isn't anything 3D necessarily, but it's got a little bit of a difference in clarity here on each grid pattern. So it's a really cool looking shirt. And this one's kind of loud because I put some bright red on there, but that's a different story for a different day. The third shirt, this is something I wear quite a bit actually. This is a cotton shirt, and all of these are cotton, by the way. But this one looks a lot like a linen. It's got that linen style weave to it, and yet it is a cotton dress shirt. And of course I had some fun with the buttons to kind of bring out a little bit more personality to the shirt. But the takeaway is that even from a distance, this shirt with this weave just looks really cool. It's very, very different. And if anything out of these 3 helps to illustrate that you can do a lot with a little, it's probably this shirt. Whereas, yes, it's white, you can wear a tie with it if you so chose. A little tougher with some of the button color, but nevertheless, you still could. And yet, it's got a very cool personality to it just because of that one component, that weave. So, when you're out shopping around for things, it's easier with a bespoke or a custom retailer, obviously, to look through more options than you may find in a store. But there are a lot of good options out there that are more interesting than just a basic white dress shirt. So give that some thought. Let me know what you think. If you find any good ones, don't forget to sound off in the comments. And please subscribe. We're going to have more topics. A near one I think will probably cover some of the decision making maybe on contrast collars and dress shirts. I think that'd be a good topic for us in the future. Okay guys, have a great day. We will talk to you later.